Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to San Juan Capistrano, California, where tonight we open up the Trinity League as Orange Lutheran heads down to South Orange County to take on the Serra Lions. Orange Lutheran, a perfect 5-0 heading into the game tonight. The Lions, 5-3, but riding some momentum after a win on Saturday against Great Oak. We'll see how it all shapes out here tonight. Hi, everyone. Welcome once again to St. Pierre Field on the campus of Serra Catholic High School. My name is Nathan Percy. A pleasure to have you alongside us for this evening contest between two of the premier programs in Southern California, Orange Lutheran and Serra. As most of you will remember, both of these teams went into the final week of the regular season last year undefeated in the Trinity League at 12-0. Serra won games 2 and 3 to take its fifth Trinity League championship in the history of the league. Both of these teams with 5 championships, and again, they promise to provide 3 very tightly contested ball games here this week, as once again it starts here in San Juan Capistrano. David Horn on the mound, a bit of a rush start for us here tonight, but they will start early here in San Juan Capistrano as the right-hander takes to the hill. He'll be matched up with Andrew Lamb, who the top 3 in their lineup, and as this first inning rolls, we will introduce the rest of the lineup for you as well. Again, Serra 5-1 over Great Oak on Saturday. They bring a little bit of momentum into the game here tonight. Orange Lutheran has not played since February 25th on this field. They defeated Carroll High School out of Southlake, Texas, a final of 2-0 on just 3 hits. So offense a key for the Lancers here tonight. And David Horn will be tasked with trying to keep it at a minimum as the left-hander steps in to get us underway. Derek Curiel. David Horn, before he fires the first pitch, time called here by the sophomore center fielder. Curiel and Mikey Romero, the top 2 in the order. They started the game a couple of weeks ago with a pair of doubles to score the first run of the ball game against Carroll as Horn fires a fastball in there for a strike to get us started. It's 0-1. A wide stance here for Curiel, slightly closed. As the 0-1 offering comes in from Horn, this one skips away from catcher Andrew Lamb, and the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitching matchup tonight, the same as it was in Game 1 last year, Luis Rodriguez versus David Horn. Rodriguez got the better of that matchup as the Lancers got the offense going in that game and took it 8-2. to put them a game away from a league championship, but Serra battled back behind the arms of Gage Jump, who's now at UCLA, and Eric Silva, who signed with the Giants after the season last year, as the 1-1 pitch is fouled away by Curiel. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count here. As David Horn stands tall on the mound, the right-hander who checks in at 6'3". Here comes the pitch, and it bounces in. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's committed to Vanderbilt, is David Horn. And again, off to a bit of a slow start early in the year, but over the last couple of games offensively has seemed to turn it around. He will be in the lineup for the Lions tonight. Derek Curiel still trying to get it going offensively. Just 3 hits in the first 5 games for the Lancers this year. He's coming off a 1-for-3 performance with a double and a run scored. Here's the 2-2. That one's low. It's full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Rest of the Lancer order, batting 4th, Gabe Miranda. Batting 5th, Brian Martinez. He'll play right field. Batting 6th is Ben Ryland. He's the left fielder tonight. Sawyer Vortman, the designated hitter, batting 7th. Carson Bowen will bat 8th. He's catching, and batting 9th is Chase Cummings. Here's the payoff pitch, grounded right back up the middle into the glove of the waiting David Horn as he tosses over to first, and Curiel is retired for out number 1. Nice easy ground ball right back to the pitcher. Horn composed and patient as he headed over to first base to get it to his first baseman, Dominic Smaldino, and we are underway here in San Juan Capistrano. So 1 out, nobody on. Mikey Romero will dig in next, and as he does so, we'll introduce the rest of the defense. Dominic Smaldino at first. Owen Fuller, your starting second baseman tonight. Lou Fujiwara at short, and J.J. Hollis at third as the first pitch comes in. This one a ground ball to Fujiwara at short. Ranges to his left, picks it up, throws to first, a bit offline, but stretching and making the play is Smaldino, and Romero is retired for out number 2. That'll bring up Casey Borba. The outfield for Serra, Charlie Caruso in left, Jake Bourne in center, and Brandon Chang, your starter, in right. Jake Bourne is the defensive specialist tonight, as Ricky Rodenberg will hit for him in the lineup. Jay Serra wearing their black tops with the maroon sleeves, maroon Jay Serra written across the chest, numbers on the front and back as this first pitch is fouled off by Borba, and the count goes to no balls and one strike. On the other side, the Lancers counter with their alternate red jerseys with the gold stripe on each sleeve, red numbers with the gold trim on the back, gray pants, and red cleats. No balls, one strike. Here comes the pitch on the right-handed Borba. This one is a bit low. It's 1-1. Again, for the Lancers, just 3 hits on February 25th. They came off the bats of Curiel, Romero, and Vortman. Borba walked twice in that game. He went 0 for 1. And time called here by the home plate umpire. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 outs, nobody on, just underway. Top of the first here at Jay Serra. Chilly night. Sun has disappeared behind the ridge to our right. Here comes the 1-1. Breaking ball, that one laid off by Borba, and it goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Pitch missed low, bounced in the turf. Borba in his junior season, coming off a year in which he batted over 300. Even stance at the plate as he leans back, gets ready for the upcoming 2-1 offering. Here it comes. And that breaking ball misses a bit inside and low. Count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike as Gabe Miranda waits on deck. Defense playing straight up. Charlie Caruso is well back in left field. Jake Bourne just off of center to the left as this one is popped up to the right-hand side. Going after it is Brandon Chang. He's got a beat on it. He makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for David Horn to open things up here in the top of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We're half an inning into this one. No score. Orange Lutheran 0, and Jay Serra coming up. This is Lancers Baseball on CA Sports Zone and the coach's radar. Well, again, these two teams were the top 2 in the league last year. And once again, it looks like they could battle for those spots once again here in 2022. Jay Serra lost a large senior class, a very talented senior class last year, but boy, they just retooled coming into this one. They've still got a lot of talent and a couple of guys in the lineup who have really made an impact early on. We'll get a chance to see him in just a moment as Luis Rodriguez warms up on the mound here for the Lancers. He'll be matched up with Carson Bowen as he will take on Lou Fujiwara, Brandon Chang, and Owen Fuller to open the bottom of the first. And Luis Rodriguez this season, no ERA in 8 innings pitched, 16 strikeouts, no walks. He's allowed just 4 hits, and he's 1-0 on the year. His one win coming out of the bullpen against Huntington Beach, in which he threw 4 innings of work in relief of Oliver Santos, a 5-0 win for Orange Lutheran. In fact, these two teams have a couple of common opponents. Orange Lutheran is 2-0 against those opponents. Jay Serra 0-2. They both played Huntington Beach. And they both played Carroll High School. Of course, both of those games taking place in back-to-back days here at Jay Serra. Carroll defeating Jay Serra 7-0, and then the next day Orange Lutheran came in and won 2-0. The Lancers had a couple of things going their way in that game. However, they threw their top 2 pitchers against the Dragons, and that was the last time we saw Luis Rodriguez. He threw 3 innings out of the bullpen. Took over in a 2-0 ball game and threw 3 perfect frames against Carroll High School to close that one out. So here he is against Lou Fujiwara. First pitch. This one fouled off straight back, and the count is 0-1. Fujiwara, what a great addition to the lineup he's been so far this season. He's really been a spark plug for the Lions to this point. As many who have listened to Steve Granado know, he was a member of the 2017 Little League World Series team, Team Japan. And this will be his first season here at Jay Serra. Even stance, bends the knees, watches a fastball in there on the inside edge for a strike, and the count goes to 0-2. Really bends the knees, shortens up that strike zone. Fujiwara listed 5'10" in his junior season, a middle infielder. This one a ground ball right back up the middle, just out of the reach of a sliding Romero and into center for a base hit. And Jay Serra has got their leadoff man aboard here in the bottom of the first. Rest of the J. Serra lineup batting fourth will be David Horn. Andrew Lamb batting fifth. Dominic Smaldino, the first baseman, will bat sixth. Ricky Rodenberg will bat seventh. He's your designated hitter. Batting eighth is J.J. Hollis, and Charlie Caruso will round it out batting ninth. And after this first pitch here on Brandon Chang, we'll introduce the Lancers defensively. So Eric Borba said one of the main things that the Lancers needed to worry about defensively was keeping the leadoff runner off base. And sure enough, right from the get-go, Fujiwara taking an 0-2 pitch right back up the middle to get on base to start things off. Now Rodriguez will worry about him. Already one throw over to first. Out of the stretch, Rodriguez fires to the plate. Showing bunt is Chang. He committed to it, did not make contact, and that'll lead to an 0-1 count. Carson Bowen behind the plate for the Lancers. At first is Gabe Miranda, Chase Cummings the second baseman, Mikey Romero over at short, Casey Borba at third, and in left Ben Ryland, Derek Curiel your center fielder, and Brian Martinez out in right. Even stance for Chang at the plate. Here comes the pitch, shows bunt again commits to it and can't find it. Count goes to 0-2. Rodriguez with a four-pitch mix, a cutter, a slider, a curveball, and a changeup. Really not much that goes straight, and Chang right now having a hard time picking it up. Bunt likely called off here with an 0-2 count. Here it is, and it's a swing and a miss on three pitches. Chang is retired for out number one. That keeps Fujiwara over at first, and that'll bring up Owen Fuller with one out and one on here for the Lions. Fuller, one of the guys with the most experience in the lineup here for J. Serra this season, batting in the 3 spot. David Horn, another one, so crucial to last year's run to the CIF Southern Section Division I Championship, and then again to the first ever CIF CIF State Southern Regional Championship, in which J. Serra defeated Ayala for the title. Here comes the pitch. This one a ground ball to second. Cummings picks it up to second for one. Romero to first, and it's a double play. 4-6-3 twin killing there for the Lancers, and that's how the first inning ends as J. Serra comes away empty-handed. No runs, one hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. We are through one inning of play. No score between Orange Lutheran and J. Serra. This is the Trinity League opener for both schools, and it's Lancers baseball here on CA Sports Zone and the Coach's Radar. ER Invitational. 4 for 4 in that contest with 4 runs batted in, a couple of runs scored. He was a home run away from the cycle. Miranda does have a homer here at J. Serra. It came in Game 1 last year against the Lions, and before his at-bat, Horn wants an extra word with his catcher, Andrew Lamb, before we get started. Again, a couple of ground outs and a fly ball out in the first inning. It's Gabe Miranda ready to go. Left-hander, slightly open stance. Right-handed Horn kicks and deals, and this fastball's a bit away. The count goes to 1 ball and no strikes. Martinez on deck, Ryland in the hole if anybody gets on base. Sawyer Vortman would be due up in this inning. 1 ball, no strikes. Here comes the pitch. This one swung on and swung on and missed. Count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Challenged him with a fastball there and got the better of it. Horn perhaps getting comfortable, working quickly, spikes one in the dirt. However, this one goes to 2-1. Miranda about 6'3", going to TCU next year. Again, the ball jumps off the bat if he connects. He's a pole hitter. Jake Bourne is in pretty much straightaway dead center, however, as the 2-1 stays outside. The count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. Perhaps Horn trying to go away from that strength there, as so far he's pitched Gabe Miranda to the outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here comes the offering, and this one is on the outside edge for a strike. Miranda thought it was ball 4. The count goes full, 3-2. Again, for the Lancers, hits have been somewhat hard to come by in 4 of their 5 wins this season. Here comes the payoff pitch, and boy, that one looked to be about the same spot. No call, however, and Miranda will head down to first. So it's an opening walk for the Lancers, as that'll bring up Brian Martinez. And Jay Serra might have reason to take issue with that pitch. It looked to be about the exact same spot. But no call, and Miranda's given first base as Martinez steps in. Horn will hope the defense can do what Orange Lutheran did in the bottom of the first inning, turn that double play. Here comes the first pitch, and this one is a line drive right to the shortstop. Fujiwara makes the catch before it hits the turf, and heading back to first is Miranda. 1 out, 1 on. That'll bring up Ben Ryland as Horn takes care of Martinez in 1 pitch. Soft liner over to the left. And Fujiwara watched it into the glove as he kept it from hitting the turf just inches above the ground as he made the catch. And now it'll be Ryland's turn. Miranda stays over at first. A short lead for him is being held there by Dominic Smaldino. Here comes the pitch, and that one misses outside. The count is 1 ball and no strikes. Well, again, you talk about the matchup here tonight. These 2 teams have combined to win 6 of the last 7 Trinity League championships. Jay Serra's had the upper end of that. 4 championships for the Lions dating back to 2014. As this pitch comes in, 1-0. This one lifted out towards left field. Chasing it down is Caruso to the track, and it bounces out of his reach. Heading to third is Miranda. Ryland will stop at second. And the Lancers have 2 in scoring position here with 1 out. Boy, that ball just kept drifting out there in left field. It looked like Caruso had a beat on it. But it landed beyond him and one-hopped the fence. And now the Lancers with a scoring opportunity here, and Sawyer Vortman due up next. Miranda at third, Ryland at second. Vortman digs in. He had the 3rd hit of the ball game for the Lancers against Carroll High School. It was a bunt single. And he will call for time before this at-bat gets underway. Again, back to these 2 teams. Jay Serra with 3 straight championships, 2014 to 16. The Lancers with back-to-back titles in 18 and 19. Jay Serra reclaimed the crown last year. As this first pitch comes in, it's a breaking ball inside, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes. St. John Bosco snuck in there and snagged one of those titles in 2017. These 2 teams, the Trinity League was formed in 2006. Or pardon me, spring of 2007 was the first official year. And these 2 teams have combined for 10 of the 14 championships. Here comes the 1-0. This one a ground ball back up the middle, out of the reach of Horn, picked up by Fujiwara. His play is to first. A run will score, and it's an RBI ground out for Sawyer Vortman as Miranda scores from third, and the Lancers take a 1-0 lead here in the top of the second inning. Moving up to third is Ryland. Good play by Fujiwara, who had to come in and make a quick release on the run. And Vortman will pick up RBI number 2 on the year with that ground out. So with 2 outs and a runner at third, it's Carson Bowen. Here's the first pitch. That's a fastball on the inside edge for a strike. And the count goes to 0-1. Of the 6 games this season, this is the 4th in which the Lancers have put up the first run. In fact, in 5 games, the Lancers have given up just 5 runs all year. Here comes the 0-1, and that one misses low. The count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. They come in with shutouts in 2 of their last 3 against Huntington Beach and Carroll High School. And in between that was their offensive onslaught against Ukaipa, 12-1 in the PBR Invitational Championship. Here comes the 1-1, a curveball that stays inside. The count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. On the other side for Jay Serra, it's been a bit of a roller coaster for him this year, a bit up and down. As they try to figure things out in terms of their lineup. They figured on the mound they'd be pretty solid this year, as this one is chopped foul. The count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and two with 2 outs here in the top of the second. Runner at third is Ben Ryland. Again for the Lions, according to assistant coach Matt Orloff, who is acting as the head coach here tonight, said they're just looking for consistency as they head into league play this week. As the 2-2 comes in, this one chopped high down the third base line, and that will trickle foul. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. One thing going for the Lions this year, though, is there are quite a few guys on this team that have a lot of versatility. Andrew Lamb behind the plate can also play third base. Lou Fujiwara's played a few different infield positions. Coach Orloff saying it's definitely a nice luxury to have depending on who's doing well in the lineup and who could use a day off. David Horn trying to get out of this inning. Here comes the 2-2, and this one swung on and missed. Went with the breaking ball, and Bowen couldn't find it. And they will keep the damage to just 1 run. They strand a runner at third, do the Lancers, and they go down 1 run on 1 hit. No errors, and 1 man left on base. We are through 1.5 here at St. Pierre Field. Orange Lutheran with the lead over Jay Serra, 1-0. This is Lancers Baseball on CA Sports Zone and the Coach's Radar. Well, baseball fans, are you looking for a reliable, cost-effective commercial cleaning company in Orange County? Then contact Jet Clean Janitorial at jetcleaninc.com to handle all your commercial cleaning needs. Jet Clean, the finest and the fastest guaranteed. And Lancer Baseball sponsor K-Zone Training Center is an indoor baseball and softball training facility located in Yorba Linda. Open 7 days a week. It offers 5 lanes, including 2 with pitching mounds and hack attack machines, 3 tee hitting areas, and hit tracks. Appointments can be booked online at kzonebpcages.com. That's kzonebpcages.com. K-Zone Training Center. Book your appointment today. To open up their league seasons. Rodriguez ready to go. David Horn will be the first man up. And again, slow start offensively, but perhaps starting to turn it around. He had a couple of big hits last week against Huntington Beach. Had the lone RBI in that 4-1 loss against the Oilers. And then on Saturday against Great Oak, launched a 2-run home run as Jay Serra took a 5-1 victory. He is the senior leader for this squad and the guy with the most experience coming back from last year. Right-hander with a slightly open stance takes a more relaxed approach at the plate. Checked his swing, did not go around. They checked down to first. Take that back. He said they did. And that'll be a called strike, 0-1. Or pardon me, that'll be a check swing strike, 0-1. 6-3, and he stands mostly straight up in the box, feet close together. Here comes the 0-1, swing and a miss on a pitch inside, and the count goes to 0-2. Transferred before his junior season from Vista Murrieta High School. Again, was productive last year as the team's number 3 starter on the mound, and usually held about 5 or 6 in the lineup offensively for the Lions, as this pitch misses outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And again, Vanderbilt commit. If that holds true, he would join Matthew Polk, who's at Vanderbilt right now after he graduated from Orange Lutheran last season. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on and missed, and Horn goes down on strikes for out number 1. Second strikeout of the ball game here for Luis Rodriguez, and with 1 out, nobody on, that'll bring up Andrew Lamb. Lamb, a left-hander, again playing catcher tonight. He stands about 6'1" in his junior season. This one chopped over to first base. Miranda will pick it up and take it to the bag himself for out number 2. So Rodriguez retires Lamb on 1 pitch, and with 2 outs and nobody on, it's Dominic Smaldino who will be due up next, as the first baseman will dig in for the first time tonight. He stands 6'4". In his junior season. One thing we knew about Jay Serra last year, really good size, and some of those players back again this year. Smaldino bends the knees slightly at the plate, crowds the plate with that 6'4" frame, and this first pitch misses inside. It's 1-0. Dominic Smaldino out of Ladera Ranch, California, made his varsity pitching debut against Foothill on February 17th. Here comes the pitch. This one a ground ball to short. Romero will wait for it. Gathers, throws over to first, and it's a 1-2-3 frame here for Luis Rodriguez as the Lions go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We are through 2 here at St. Pierre Field. Orange Lutheran 1 and Jay Serra nothing. This is Lancers Baseball on CA Sports Zone and the Coach's Radar. Top of the 3rd inning we go here at Jay Serra Catholic here in San Juan Capistrano. 1-0 our score. Orange Lutheran with a slim margin over Jay Serra, as the Lancers will send up Chase Cummings, Derek Curiel, and Mikey Romero as we turn the lineup over for the first time tonight. David Horn still on the mound here for the Lions. Gave up 1 run in the 2nd inning, but limited the damage to that as Carson Bowen struck out swinging with Ben Ryland at third base. Chase Cummings will lead things off as the Lancers try to build upon the lead. Horn trying to keep it at just 1 run to get his offense back up, as Cummings went 0 for 2 against Carroll on February 25th. Again, that was the Lancers' last ball game. Long layoff before coming into this one here, but head coach Eric Borba said that the team was fired up for this series. These two always get fired up against one another. Here's a bunt try right back to the pitcher. This one a bit offline, and they say that Smaldino was able to keep his foot on the bag. So Chase Cummings called out there, a throw that nearly got away from David Horn, but Smaldino able to use that 6'4" frame and keep the toe on the bag before Cummings got there, and that'll be the first out of the inning. So 1 out and nobody on. Derek Curiel will be the next man up. He grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. He is 0 for 1. Curiel committing to LSU before the start of this season. His sophomore campaign, he too shows bunt but pulls it back as the pitch is low. It's 1-0. When we talk about a 5-tool player here in Derek Curiel, he can hit for average. He's got some pop in the bat as well, more of a line drive hitter to this point. But boy, when he's on the base paths, he is dangerous. He's got speed, plays center field well. He's been patrolling it now for his second season. A lot of things to like about this kid. Last year, he and Ben Ryland both started as freshmen, very patient at the plate. 2 balls, no strikes the count as the 1-0 pitch skips away. David Horn ready to go. Here is the 2-0 offering. Stays upstairs. A breaking ball. 3 balls and no strikes here on Curiel. 3 for 13 through the first 5 games of the regular season with 3 runs scored and a couple of runs batted in. .231 the batting average as that pitch hits the outside edge to the left-hander and brings the count to 3-1. Double to his credit. That came as in the Carroll ball game. Pardon me. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch, and that one's in there as well for a strike. Outside edge again. Full count. 3-2. In fact, Orange Lutheran went into that Carroll ball game with a team batting average of .311, but after just 3 hits against a good pitcher in Griffin Herring, that average dropped to .288 as a team as this pitch comes in, misses just a hair outside, trying to get the backdoor slider. Didn't quite get enough break on it to get the strike called, and Curiel will head down to first. A 1-out walk for the Lancers. And that will bring up Mikey Romero with 1 on and 1 out. Top of the third, a 1-0 ball game. Orange Lutheran with the lead here in this Trinity League opener. Romero 0 for 1. He bounced out to short his first time up. Left-hander with an even stance. Also committed to LSU as this fastball tails away and the count goes to 1 ball and no strikes. Was committed to Arizona last year, but during the offseason, the head coach moved from Arizona to LSU, took that job, and Mikey Romero went with him. So he is signed to play baseball with the Tigers as long as he's not picked up in an early round in the upcoming amateur draft. In fact, quite a few of these kids highly regarded in the player rankings on Prep Baseball Report. We'll get into that a little bit later in the ball game. 1 ball, no strikes. They check on Curiel. Now he comes home with the 1-0. This one popped up foul and out of play. It's 1-1. Curiel with 1 stolen base this season. The Lancers overall with 6 through 5 games here in 2022. It's one of their calling cards last year, a lot of stolen bases. They like to get guys moving on the base paths. We'll see if they move Curiel here. Is Horn aware of that? Fires over to first once again. And Curiel slides in safely, being held over there by Dominic Smaldino. Corner outfielders for this at-bat on the lines here. There's quite a bit of room in the gaps here. If Romero can find it, here comes the pitch, and this one is outside. The count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Another fastball there from Horn. Trying to stay away from these left-handers. So Romero has been more of a pull hitter so far this season. 6 hits and 16 at-bats for him through the first 5 games. Hops up and down as he awaits the 2-1. Another throw to first, and Curiel slides back in safely. David Horn keenly aware of the danger on the base paths here. Curiel slowly inching his way out away from the bag. 2 balls, 1 strike with 1 out. Here comes the pitch on Romero. That fastball's in there on the outside corner, and it's 2-2. Romero's 6'1". Had to miss the first 30 days because of the transfer rule last year, but once he got in a groove with the bat later in the year, really took off. At one point had a 13-game hit streak. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. Ground ball hit sharply to second. Picked up over to second for 1. The shortstop to first, and that's an inning-ending double play. 4-6-3, Fuller, Fujiwara, and Smaldino. And the Lions out of the inning unscathed. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We're through 2.5 here at St. Pierre Field. Orange Lutheran 1, J. Serra nothing. This is Lancers Baseball on CA Sports Zone and the Coach's Radar. Back on the hill to try to protect that lead as he'll face off against Ricky Rodenberg, J.J. Hollis, and Charlie Caruso, the bottom of the order here for the Lions, who have gotten 1 man on base, a leadoff base hit by Lou Fujiwara in the first, but he was erased by a 4-6-3 double play. So Rodriguez has faced the minimum 6 batters through 2 innings. Ricky Rodenberg, the designated hitter, will try to do something about that here. The right-hander digs in. He's got that hood coming out the back of the jersey. Here comes the first pitch, and this one is in there for a called strike. It's 0-1. Relatively cool evening so far here tonight. We are completely under darkness. We hope you're enjoying your night wherever you may be. No balls, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch, and that one hits him. He'll head down to first. That one got away from Rodriguez, got him in the hip, it appeared. And Rodenberg starts off by getting on base. Second time that the Lions have had their leadoff man aboard, and J.J. Hollis will have an opportunity to move him forward as he steps up to the plate. Another guy with good size, J.J. Hollis, 6'4", 185 pounds, committed to UCSB. He is in his junior season. He is playing third base tonight, but also pitches for the Lions. First pitch, he shows bunt, tries to get it down the first base line, but pushes it foul. It's 0-1. Another guy who's got some pop in that bat, J.J. Hollis. Got some time last year, and that experience will help lead some of the younger guys here in 2022. Slightly open stance for the right-hander, shows bunt again, pulls it back, throw down to first from Bowen, and back in safely is Ricky Rodenberg. Count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike as that pitch was upstairs. And this is a different-looking J. Serra team than last year. More power last year. They could sit back and put a good swing on the ball. This year they're trying to get base runners and put them in motion. 1 ball, 1 strike, another bunt shown, and this one fouled off again. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. which again was part of the reason why Coach Borba said that it was imperative for Luis Rodriguez to try to eliminate the leadoff batter in every inning, but so far the Lions have put the leadoff man aboard twice in the first 3 frames. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hollis shortens up the stance. Here comes the pitch, and that one a slider that tails away. Hollis thought about it but kept the bat on the shoulder, and it goes to 2-2. Charlie Caruso on deck and Lou Fujiwara in the hole in case the base runner stays on board. Ricky Rodenberg was hit by a pitch to open up the bottom of the 3rd. He's over at first. Here comes the pitch, 2-2, swung on and missed, and Hollis is retired for out number 1. Went with the breaking ball again, dipped low, and Hollis tried to chase after it. That's the 3rd strikeout for Rodriguez. And with 1 on and 1 out, it'll be the left-hander Charlie Caruso due up next. Playing left field tonight, Charlie Caruso steps in 6 feet, 170 pounds in his sophomore season. Crowds the plate a bit from the left side as Rodriguez looks over his shoulder. The runner bluffs, and this one is a bit outside on the batter. Count goes to 1 ball and no strikes. Charlie Caruso added to the varsity team this season. His brother Brandon pitched for Pepperdine. Another brother, Daniel, pitched at Baylor, as this one is tipped foul. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Caruso listed on the roster as an outfielder and a catcher. As a runner at first in Ricky Rodenberg. Batting in the 9th spot here tonight, looking to turn the lineup back over to Lou Fujiwara. Rodriguez checks the runner, fires to the plate. Breaking ball, checked his swing. No call from the home plate umpire. It's 2-1. Wind blowing softly out towards right center field here tonight, near the deepest part of the ballpark. Of course, we talked about some of the upgrades that Jay Serra has made here since since last season. Biggest one is that new hitting facility beyond the right field fence, as this one is swung on and missed. Count goes to 2-2. More recent addition out there, but still very nice nonetheless. Lions now have a roof over their head as they take their swings in the cages. Of course, they've also done the mesh on the outfield fence. The big yellow line across the top of it. They've kept the Jay Serra banner out in right field. They had a banner out in left field featuring their major league players. They've moved that to the fence down the left field line in foul territory, facing the fans as they walk in here to the stadium. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Ground ball towards first. Miranda picks it up, throws to second for 1. Back to first, and not in time. Caruso beats it out. But they get the lead runner over at second base, and with 2 outs and a runner at first, it'll be Lou Fujiwara due up next. Good awareness there by Miranda, who fired it over to Romero at short. But Caruso just a step too fast down the first base line. He prevents the double play and keeps the inning alive. That'll go as a 3-6 fielder's choice, as Fujiwara, who's got the lone base hit of the night for the Lions, will step back in. Now Caruso gets his lead over at first. See if they do anything with him here as Fujiwara bends the knees. Here comes the first pitch. This one lifted out towards left. Tracking it is Ryland. He will make the catch as he's going back towards the fence. And that will do it for the bottom of the 3rd inning. No runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We are through 3 here at St. Pierre Field. Orange Lutheran 1 and Jay Serra nothing. We'll be right back with more. This is Lancers Baseball here on CA Sports Zone and the Coach's Radar. Top of the fourth inning we go here at Serra Catholic High School. As the Lancers lead 1-0, they will bring up the heart of the order. It'll be Casey Borba, Gabe Miranda, and Brian Martinez to face off here against David Horn, who has gone 3 innings of work. He's allowed 1 run on 1 hit, and he has struck out 1 while walking a pair so far in the game tonight. Casey Borba 0 for 1. He flew out to right field to end the the top of the first inning. He will try it again here. Righty on righty matchup. First pitch, swing and a miss. Big swing there from Borba, who saw a breaking ball up in the zone and liked it. Count goes to no balls and 1 strike. Thing about this game here for the Lancers, this is their first road game of the year. In all 5 of their previous games to open up the season, they have been the home team. Here comes the 0-1. This one a ground ball as, again, Horn fields his position well, grabs it off the mound, and tosses it over to first for out number 1. Quick reactions from the senior right-hander on the mound, as that's the 3rd putout he's made so far here tonight. And with 1 out, nobody on, Gabe Miranda will be due up next. Again, yes, you heard that right. Orange Lutheran has been the home team all 5 games so far this season. This is their first road game of the year. Here comes the first pitch on Miranda. It's up and away. The count is 1-0. Miranda walked and eventually came around to score back in the 2nd inning. That run the difference in the ball game so far tonight. 1 ball, no strikes. Here comes the offering from Horn. That one's low and in. It's 2-0. Fastball there that was held on to maybe a split second too long. First time that Horn has gone inside here on Gabe Miranda. Stayed mostly outside the first time they met. This one in there for a strike. It's 2-1. Went with the breaking ball there and got it over the heart of the plate. Miranda 6 of 16 to start the year. Team high 6 runs batted in as this fastball stays upstairs. 3-1. Good hitters count here for the power lefty. .375 average. Of those 6 hits, 4 of them have gone for extra bases. 2 doubles, a triple, and a homer. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here comes the offering, and that one's low and away. Miranda walks again. 2nd time tonight. He heads down to first, and with 1 out and a runner at first base, Brian Martinez will have an opportunity. Perhaps some memories for Horn on the mound, as again, Miranda did homer off of him last year here at Serra. He has more or less stayed away from him in 2 plate appearances so far tonight. And now it's Martinez who lined out to short his first time up. 0 for 1 is the right fielder as this pitch, a breaking ball in the strike zone, 0-1. Started a bit up and in, but floated back down over the heart of the plate. And Martinez watches it go by as he falls behind. Right-hander, even stance, transfer from Paloma Valley High School in Menifee a couple of years ago. Here comes the pitch, another slider in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. On deck is Ben Ryland. He doubled to left his first time up. Horn trying to take care of Martinez quickly here. No balls, 2 strikes. Short lead for Miranda at first. Here's the pitch. High chopper to second base. Waiting for it is Fuller. Throws to second for 1, and they will not have a return throw to first, but Miranda is retired. And they get the lead runner as Martinez will be safe at first on the fielder's choice. That'll go 4-6 on the putout. And with 2 outs, it'll be Ben Ryland to try to move him into scoring position. Ryland in his sophomore campaign. Again, he's an infielder by trade, but just to get his bat in the lineup, they've put him in left field once again this season as that pitch is over the heart for a strike, 0-1. Martinez over at first, being held by Dominic Smaldino. Horn trying to get through his 4th inning of work so far tonight. Here comes the offering, and that one misses up and away. The count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Horn checks the runner over at first before he comes set. Defense playing straight up. Martinez dancing. There he goes. Here's the pitch. It's upstairs, and Martinez will slide into second safely without a throw from Andrew Lamb. And the count goes to 2-1 as the Lancers put a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. It'll be the second stolen base of the year for Martinez, and looked like the middle infielders broke late to the second base bag, which may have been why there was no throw there. Now a good opportunity here for the Lancers if Ryland can get a base hit. Here's the pitch, and it's fouled straight back. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Got a fastball, just missed it there. Ryland has had a couple of big at-bats already this season. Had one against Huntington Beach in which he plated a run, the first run of the ball game in that one. 3 hits, 2 runs batted in for him so far this year. Picked up his 4th hit tonight. Here comes the 2-2. Swung on and missed as Horn gets out of the inning. Good breaking ball there from the right-hander. Gets Ryland on strikes, and that'll be Horn's 2nd strikeout of the night. And it gets the Lions out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We're halfway through this one. As we head to the bottom of the 4th, Orange Lutheran with a 1-0 lead over Jay Serra. This is Lancers Baseball on CA Sports Zone and the Coach's Radar. Established in 2002, veteran-owned and operated Innovative Career Resources and Staffing is one of Orange County's premier recruiting and staffing firms and a sponsor of OLU Baseball. If you're looking for a great people for your company or looking to make a career move, contact Innovative Career Resources and Staffing at 714-508-8620. And friends, keep competing with McDavid, a proud sponsor of OLU Baseball. McDavid specializes in sports medicine, protective gear, and recovery items. Are you in need of ankle braces, knee supports, compression, and more? Against Luis Rodriguez, who through 3 innings of work has allowed just 1 hit, no runs so far tonight. He has struck out 3. First pitch misses a bit outside, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes. Chang, one of those 3 strikeout victims. He struck out swinging back in the first, as this pitch is in there for a called strike. Check swing, but it's in there anyway, and the count goes to 1-1. Brandon Chang in his junior season, 5'10", listed as a catcher and an outfielder. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch, and that one's in there for a strike as well. It's 1-2. Brandon Chang, 22 plate appearances last year, 5 runs batted in, and he batted .381 in limited action. Here comes the 1-2. This one chopped over towards third. Casey Borba comes in for it, bobbles for a second, throws to first, and still got him by half a step over there. And that'll be the first out of the inning. Boy, Chang hustling down the line there, realizing that Borba had to wait for it to come down, but Borba, despite a bobble, had a strong throw and got him anyway. And with 1 out, nobody on, it'll be Owen Fuller due up next. So Borba's first test of the night. Passes that one, and now Owen Fuller bounced into a double play back in the first inning. Will have his 2nd plate appearance. Right-hander even stance at the plate. First pitch, curveball, and that one stays upstairs. The count goes to 1 ball and no strikes. Owen Fuller, 3rd year on varsity. Had a 4-game hit streak to open the season this year. He went 8 for 15. Here's a bouncer to Romero, who picks it up, throws over to first, and that'll be out number 2. Fairly routine play for the senior shortstop as he keeps the glove on the ground, awaits the ball to come in, and then runs the ball over to first as he throws. So 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th, and now David Horn will be the next man up. Again, the Lancers with the 1-0 lead, but this is a young man who can tie it up with one swing of the bat, so Rodriguez will have to pitch carefully here. Horn struck out swinging his first time up to open up the bottom of the 2nd. Takes a big swing at that one, comes up empty, it's 0-1. Again, the 6'3" Vanderbilt committed David Horn. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on and missed, 0-2. He's the preseason number 5 right-handed pitcher in California, according to Perfect Game. And again, he is up towards the top of the list in the Prep Baseball Report rankings for this class as well, number 21. In a hole, no balls, 2 strikes. Rodriguez exhales and fires. Fastball outside. It's 1-2. Rodriguez in that class is number 14. Romero tops out of these 2 teams. He's number 5. Tyler Goff, who will likely be the starter tomorrow night for Jay Serra, checks in at number 12. One ball, 2 strikes. Rodriguez shakes off the first sign from Carson Bowen, and time is called here by David Horn. If he keeps the inning alive, Andrew Lamb is on deck. Again, 1-0 the score, 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Luis Rodriguez dealing to David Horn. Here comes the pitch, and this one a check swing. It bounces. He went around, and they're going to call him out anyway. Carson Bowen tags him just to be safe. And that will do it here in the bottom of the 4th. 4th strikeout for Luis Rodriguez. He gets a 1-2-3 frame. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We are through 4 here at St. Pierre Field. The Lancers with a 1-0 lead over the Lions. This is Orange Lutheran Baseball on CA Sports Zone and the Coach's Radar. Tonight, a ground out to shortstop Lou Fujiwara to score Gabe Miranda from 3rd back in the 2nd inning. Wortman so far this season has started 4 games and has at least 1 hit in all of them as he comes in batting .625, 5 for 8 with an RBI. He picked up his 2nd one early tonight. Also has 3 walks on the year. As the first pitch from Horn comes in, and that one misses a bit inside. The count goes to 1 ball and no strikes. Again, Vortman was a kid who we saw on the mound last year and out in left field maybe once or twice. Now he's got the chance to be an everyday starter, a designated hitter, because he keeps collecting hits so far as he watches that one inside. 2 balls and no strikes. And as you can tell by the numbers, he's yet to strike out this season. Of course, I should knock on wood. I might have jinxed him there. But he's getting on base frequently so far here in 2022. As the 2-0 pitch comes in, it's upstairs. 3 balls and no strikes here on Vortman. David Horn has tried inside and upstairs. So far, Vortman is laid off. Here comes the 3-0 offering from the right-hander. That one's in there for a strike. It's 3-1. Well, Horn has gotten behind to quite a few of the batters here tonight, but he's done well to bounce back so far. Again, that's evidenced by the 1 run on the board and only 1 hit allowed so far tonight. Here comes the 3-1. Swung on and missed. It's a full count, 3-2. Something about it when he falls behind 3-0, he just kicks into another gear. And in almost all of those cases, he's been able to bounce back and make it a full count. Vortman bends the knees now, shortens up the strike zone as the payoff pitch comes in, and that one misses low and inside. He'll head down to first. And the Lancers, for the second time tonight, have their leadoff man aboard. Nobody out. Carson Bowen will be the next man up. Bowen struck out to end the threat in the top of the second inning. He's 0 for 1 so far tonight, and he's got a runner over at first. We'll see what they do with him at the plate here. Vortman gets a small lead. Small Dino holding him over there, and Horn steps off the bag, looks over at first, but does not throw. Again, this Trinity League season appears to be a little bit, at least somewhat more balanced than last year was. Of course, these two teams were both 12-0 going into the final week. I don't think we're going to see another one of those cases this year. Servite much better than they were last year. They're 5-0 to start their season. Mater Dei was 3-1. St. John Bosco was 5-1. To start the year. Serra 5-3 heading into the ball game here tonight as the 1-0 comes in. This one bunted foul. And the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Servite actually won the Loera tournament this season, picking up the championship game 18-5 over Lakewood High School. Servite will also be in the National High School Invitational this year. Orange Lutheran will head out to North Carolina next month as well. 1-1, they throw over to first, and Vortman slides back in safely. Again, 1-0 the score. Orange Lutheran with the lead. We're in the top of the 5th. Nobody out and a runner on at first. As David Horn walked Sawyer Vortman. That's his 4th free pass allowed here tonight. Here comes the pitch. Bunt shown once again. He pulls it back. It's dropped by Lamb, but Vortman will stay over at first, and it is 2-1. Bowen about 5'10", 5'11", a 4th-year starter here for the Lancers. He comes into the ball game batting .250, 3 hits. This one blooped over towards right field, and that will fall for a base hit. Vortman was going. He rounds second and heads to third, and will stay there as the Lancers put runners on the corners here with nobody out, and that will bring up Chase Cummings. So Bowen picks up the second hit of the ball game, and with that, we'll have a meeting of the minds on the mound here with David Horn as the Lancers threatening with nobody out. And already a 1-0 lead in the contest here tonight. This is Lancers baseball here on CA Sports Zone and the Coach's Radar. Well, friends, the sponsor of Orange Lutheran Baseball, Superior Truck Supply, is a leading provider of family-owned heavy-duty truck parts in Los Angeles and Orange counties. Once again, that's Superior Truck Supply. Serra still talking it out on the mound here. The umpire about ready to break this one up as Orange Lutheran meets over on the first base side. Again, Carson Bowen, that swing was perhaps more to protect Sawyer Vortman as he was heading over towards second than anything else, but it worked out as he pushed it just down the right field line. Brandon Chang at first looked like he might have had a beat on it, but then slowed up and allowed it to bounce in front of him as Vortman rounded second and headed towards third. So the Lancers looking to at least double the lead here with runners on the corners and nobody out. David Horn will now try to find a way to get out of this thing. So he looks to keep this a one-run ball game for his offense. As in the bottom of the fifth inning, Jay Serra will have the number 5, 6, and 7 batters due up. Chase Cummings steps in. He's 0 for 1, bounced out to Horn on the mound. Infielders will trade a double play for a run here if they can get it. As Horn deals, first pitch shows bunt does Cummings, as this one briefly gets away from Lamb. Going to second base is Bowen. And the Lancers now have 2 in scoring position as the count is 1 ball and no strikes here on Chase Cummings. The ball did not trickle away far. It was pretty much right under the legs there of Andrew Lamb, but Bowen was off immediately. And he gets himself into scoring position here, and now the Lancers have runners at second and third. Cummings ahead, 1 ball, no strikes. He showed bunt on the first pitch. We'll see if he does it again. Infielders are not in here for Jay Serra. He does not show bunt this time. This one a fastball low and away. It's 2-0. Middle infielder still playing back as the breeze starts to come in a little bit more from the right, so the first base side, out towards left field. David Horn kicks and deals. Here's the pitch. This one a late swing, and this one's fouled off to the right-hand side. It's 2-1. Again, a prime opportunity for the Lancers here, though they have had a number of occasions in which they've left runners in scoring position. Just hoping that Cummings can put the ball in play here. David Horn trying to make it either a strikeout or an easy out for his defense. Here comes the 2-1. That one upstairs, 3 balls and 1 strike. So Horn in danger of loading the bases potentially, but a good hitter's count here for Chase Cummings, as more than likely something in the zone coming up here for the senior second baseman. See what Horn goes with here. 3 balls, 1 strike. There go the runners, and this one is a called strike. Pardon me, they bluff. They head back to their bases. And it's a full count as that one hits the outside edge to the right-hander, 3-2. Cummings about 6 foot, 6'1", as an older brother who plays with the Lake Elsinore Storm. Cole Cummings comes from a good baseball family. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and a ground ball towards short. Fujiwara picks it up, throws over to first. It's another RBI ground out, as coming home to score is Vortman. And Bowen wisely stays. An older brother who plays with the Lake Elsinore Storm. Cole Cummings comes from a good baseball family. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and a ground ball towards short. Fujiwara picks it up, throws over to first. It's another RBI ground out, as coming home to score is Vortman. Home from third, and the Lancers have a 2-0 lead. Both of those runs coming after leadoff walks issued by David Horn. As Derek Curiel steps to the plate. Here comes the pitch, and that one's in there for a called strike at the letters. It's 0-1. Curiel 0 for 1 tonight. He bounced out to the pitcher in the first inning, and he walked in the third, but was taken out on a 4-6-3 inning-ending double play. Slightly closed stance here for the sophomore. Here comes the 0-1. Breaking ball in there, called strike, 0-2. So far, the top of the lineup has not had much success tonight here for Orange Lutheran. A combined 0 for 5 the first 2 times through the order. That includes Mikey Romero and Casey Borba. Romero on deck currently. Here comes the 0-2. Bowen at third. He reached for it and fouled it off to Curiel. The count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Looked like maybe a changeup outside, and Curiel trying to stay alive. Thought maybe it was too close for comfort. Average at 300 plus for Curiel last season before he missed the latter part of the year due to an injury. Here comes the 0-2. That one bounces in, gets away from the catcher and down the third base line. Going to third is Carson Bowen. And the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes with another runner 90 feet from the plate as Bowen moves up to third. Warren will try to shake it off as he heads back to the mound, and now the infield is drawn in here for Jay Serra, trying to cut off a ground ball and prevent Bowen from scoring. Curiel ready to go. Those yellow batting gloves circling as Horn calls for time. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count with 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Orange Lutheran with a run across already in the frame, looking for more. David Horn trying to keep it a 2-run ball game. Here comes the pitch, and this one poked foul to the left. And off the screen, the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. In the corner outfielders closer to the lines. Some big gaps in the power alleys, left center and right center field. Romero patiently awaiting his turn on deck, and Bowen still over at third base. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch, and this one a high chopper up the middle as this one is hauled in by Fuller. Throws to first, not in time as Curiel beats it out. Bowen scores in right center field. Romero patiently awaiting his turn on deck, and Bowen still over at third base. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch, and this one a high chopper up the middle as this one is hauled in by Fuller. Throws to first, not in time as Curiel over to first. Curiel's speed just a bit too much. And now with a runner at first and 1 out, it's Mikey Romero. 3-0 Orange Lutheran as they've scored 2 here in the frame as the first pitch comes in. And that fastball misses outside of the left-hander. It's 1-0. Couple of ground outs for Romero here tonight. Ground out to short back in the first, and then a 4-6-3 double play in the third. He's 0 for 2. 375 average coming in with a double and 2 triples so far this season. Those triples coming against Huntington Beach and Yucaipa. He's had an extra base hit in each of his last 3 games. So the 1-0 comes in. There goes Curiel. Swung on and missed. Throw down to second base is not in time as Curiel gets in just ahead of the tag by Fujiwara. Pretty good throw there from Andrew Lamb, but Fujiwara had to run in just to make sure he caught it first and then tried to tag Curiel sliding in from the left side of the bag. Count goes to 1-1 here on Romero now with Curiel in scoring position. Horn looks at second, fires to the plate, another swing and a miss, and the count goes to 1-2. Fastball downstairs. Romero tries to shake it off, gets back into the batter's box. Casey Borba on deck, 1 out here in the top of the 5th. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. This one a hard hit ground ball through the hole on the right-hand side. Curiel runs around third. He'll head to home. And the Lancers increase the lead to 4-0 over Jay Serra as Mikey Romero comes up with an RBI for the 5th. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. This one a hard hit ground ball through the hole on the right-hand side. Curiel runs around third. He'll head to home. And the Lancers increase the lead to 4-0 over Jay Serra. As looks like they will grab the baseball. Well, not quite yet. They're talking to him. And it looks like they will now make a call to the bullpen here as Orange Lutheran has extended the lead to 4-0. On an RBI base hit here by Mikey Romero. We'll have a pitching change here as David Horn's night is done on the mound. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back to talk about the new pitcher in just a moment. This is Orange Lutheran Baseball here on CA Sports Zone and the Coach's Radar. 4-0 Orange Lutheran as we're in the top of the fifth here with one out and a runner at first base. As the Lions make a call to the bullpen and bring out Ben Reimers, a junior 6'2" right-hander. We'll get some work in here on a Tuesday night as David Horn goes 4 1/3 innings of work. He allows 4 runs on 4 hits tonight. He struck out 2 and he walked 4. As again for Horn tonight, got behind a few of the batters here and more often than not battled back to make it a full count, but did allow just a couple too many free passes. The first 2 runs that scored tonight for Orange Lutheran were off of those free passes. And the Lancers since then here in this fifth have put up 3 runs on 3 hits. Carson Bowen, Derek Curiel, and Mikey Romero all with base hits. And that's why Jay Serra has gone to Reimers here as he gets set to face off against Casey Borba, who is 0 for 2 so far. Fly out to right back in the first and a ground out back to the pitcher in the fourth. So despite the free passes, Horn had done a good job at limiting the damage, but unfortunately the Lancers get to him here in the fifth. Reimers' first pitch out of the pen is cut on and missed for strike 1, 0-1 the count. Again, Reimers 6'2", 190 pounds. He was the opening day starter after David Horn was a late scratch. Ended up getting the victory against Redondo Union in a 7-1 ball game. Reimers pitching out of the stretch as he looks at Romero over at first and fires a fastball upstairs. It's 1-1. In that game, tossed 5 innings, allowed 1 earned run. It was all the way back on February 12th, almost a month ago. Made 10 relief appearances last year, 16 innings of work, of 1.75 ERA. As he fires another fastball that bounces in. Nice block there by Andrew Lamb. It's 2-1. Ben Reimers trying to get the Lions out of this top of the fifth inning. Again, when they come up in the bottom half of the inning, it'll be Andrew Lamb to lead things off. Prior to the fifth inning, David Horn had actually kept the Lancers to just 1 hit despite those 4 walks, as this one is cut on and missed, up and in, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Borba came in batting .231 on the year, 3 hits and 13 at-bats with 3 runs scored and 2 runs batted in. Lancers have been fairly balanced at the plate with 21 walks and 28 strikeouts before tonight's action. Here comes the 2-2. This one cut on and fouled straight back. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Of course, Orange Lutheran, as we just mentioned, 4 walks tonight to just 2 strikeouts. .288 team average through 5 games. Again, this is their first action since February 25th. Here's the pitch, and that one misses low and outside. A full count here on Casey Borba, 3-2, with Gabe Miranda on deck. Again, top of the fifth, just 1 out. It's now a 4-0 lead for Orange Lutheran. 3 runs here in this frame. Their first run came back in the 2nd inning. Luis Rodriguez more than likely will come out for a 5th inning of work in the bottom half as Reimers throws over to first and Romero slides back in safely. Again, this is a Jay Serra team that started their season 3-0 after a couple of big wins over Redondo Union and Corona High School. Here comes the pitch, this one upstairs, and that'll be ball 4. So Borba will walk down to first. In motion was Romero. No throw necessary down to second. And Reimers the first man he faces. He issues a walk. That'll bring up Gabe Miranda with runners at first and second. Still 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Lions also defeated Foothill to start 3-0 in the PBR Invitational, and then we're matched up with Harvard Westlake in the 4th game of that tournament as the first pitch comes in on Gabe Miranda. That one misses low and away. It's 1-0. Jay Serra fell in that ball game to start 3-1. It's been kind of up and down for the Lions since then, but again, that win over Great Oaks seemed to inspire a little bit of confidence coming into the Trinity League. Here comes the 1-0. Swung on and missed. Big swing there by Miranda, and the count goes to 1-1. They've had a couple of games, too, where they've given it away late. Huntington Beach was the most recent example of that. The Lions were up 1-0 going into the top of the 7th when the Oilers put up 4. So walk away with that one 4-1 as this one misses low and inside. 2-1 the count here on Gabe Miranda, who tonight has walked twice. No official at-bats for him to this point, as David Horn was content to try to work away against the left-hander. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch. Another big swing and a miss, and the count goes to 2-2. That one towards the outside corner. Fujiwara, the shortstop, holding Romero over at second base. Small Dino playing behind Casey Borba over at first. Wind blowing out to right center field. Here comes the 2-2, and that one misses low. It bounces in. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 batters and 2 full counts here for Ben Reimers, as they shift Charlie Caruso a bit off the line in deep left field. Chang playing close to the right field line. Playing dead center is Jake Bourne. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the payoff pitch. Both runners in motion again. This one misses inside. 3rd walk here for Gabe Miranda. And that that loads the bases here for Brian Martinez, and still 1 out, as Reimers has come on and walked the first 2 he's faced. Now the infield will come in here for Jay Serra. As Martinez tonight reached on a fielder's choice his last plate appearance back in the 4th, and he lined out to short. Back in the 2nd inning, he's 0 for 2. Here comes the pitch, and this one tipped foul straight back. The count goes to 0-1. 3 runs in the inning. Orange Lutheran looking to put up more. Martinez, the 8th man to bat for the Lancers here in the 5th frame. The Lions would really love a sharply hit ground ball hit right to one of the middle infielders. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch upstairs. It's 1-1. Martinez came in batting .214, 3 hits and 14 at-bats to this point this season. 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs. No extra bases for him to this point. He's got the bases loaded with 1 out. Here's the pitch, and this one off the hands and fouled off to the right-hand side. It's 1-2. Senior season for Brian Martinez. He's committed to Long Beach State. Stands about 6 feet, maybe 6'1", 185 pounds. Even stance at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch from Reimers. Swung on and missed, and a big out there as Martinez goes down for out number 2. That'll bring up Ben Ryland with the bases loaded. He's 1 for 2 so far tonight. Boy, did Reimers need that one, as now the defense, especially the infield, can relax a bit and go back to their normal positions here. Romero at 3rd. Borba at 2nd. Miranda over at 1st. Lancers have started with pressure and have kept it on pretty much the entirety of this half inning. Here comes the pitch, a swing and a miss by Ryland, and the count goes to 0-1. Ryland doubled to deep left his first time up. Was stranded at 3rd back in the 2nd inning, and he struck out swinging in the 4th. Left-hander with an even stance at the plate. Reimers exhales and fires. This one misses a bit low and inside. It's 1-1. Well, again for Jay Serra, perhaps one thing that does come out of this half inning is you force Luis Rodriguez to sit for quite some time, and you wonder if he'll be as sharp when he comes back out for the bottom half of the 5th inning. As this pitch comes in and misses a bit low, the count goes to 2-1. Looked like maybe a changeup there that dipped below the zone. Ryland, again, doesn't swing it much off the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch from Reimers upstairs. 3 balls and 1 strike. Well, you got to throw a strike now. There's nowhere to put Ryland here. Bases loaded, 2 outs, top of the 5th, 3-1 count here on the sophomore Ben Ryland. Here's the pitch, and that one misses outside, and Ryland will head down to first. Another run will come home to score as the Lancers increase the lead to 5-0 as Mikey Romero touches home plate and heads back towards the dugout. And Sawyer Vortman, who led off the inning, will come back up for his second plate appearance here in this inning. So they bring in Reimers, and in 4 batters, he's walked 3 and struck out 1. First pitch here on Vortman. This one popped up. This could get Jay Serra out of the inning. It's the first baseman, Smaldino, who will make the catch in foul territory. And that will do it for the Lancers here in the top of the 5th. But Orange Lutheran puts up 4 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and find them on Instagram at Premier Outdoor Builders and mention this ad when you call to get a free 3D rendering of your next project and have your deposit waived. And friends, if you're looking for a summer high school level baseball program, join the Tustin Scorpions, whose focus is to help you get ready for your next high school season with 3 practices per week and weekend games. Join the Scorpion family, the Tustin Scorpions. Andrew Lamb, Dominic Smaldino, and Ricky Rodenberg due up here in this bottom of the 5th inning as Luis Rodriguez is back out there to go back to work after a long top of the 5th. Rodriguez to this point has fired 4 shutout innings. He's allowed 1 hit and has struck out 4. He has hit a batter, but otherwise has not allowed any free passes so far tonight. Only 3 base runners for Jay Serra, and none of them have been able to get past first base so far here tonight. So Rodriguez will battle against Lamb to start, as the left-handed Lamb is 0 for 1. He grounded out to first base his first time up. As the junior awaits, here comes the pitch from Rodriguez. That fastball hits the outside edge for a strike, and Lamb can't believe it. He goes, wait, where was that when I was behind the plate? Lamb takes exception, rubs his hands on the turf, and will step back into the batter's box. Hard to blame him there. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Chopped foul down the first base line. It's 0-2. This part of the order, 0 for 2 the first time through. Ricky Rodenberg reached in the 3rd inning. He was hit by a pitch, but was out at second on a fielder's choice, grounded into by Charlie Caruso. Lancer defense playing straight up. No balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the offering. Curveball, sharply grounded foul down the first base line, and the count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Well, again, for the Lancers, it was going to be interesting to see how the offense responded after being off and not seeing live pitching for 9 days. As this pitch comes in, it's outside. The count is 1-2. And perhaps maybe a little bit expected. They were a little slow out of the gates with just 1 run in the first 4 innings. But well, that patience paid off in the top half of this inning as they put across 4 and now lead comfortably 5-0. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch, and that one bounces in 2-2. On the mound, we mentioned it a couple of times. Eric Borba said that for Luis Rodriguez, he needs to retire the leadoff hitters because, again, Jay Serra can be dangerous with runners on the base paths, and the Lions have had their chances. They've had the leadoff man aboard twice in 4 innings as the 2-2 comes in. This one poked to the left side. They've made it 3 out of 5. Andrew Lamb finds a base hit. And the Lions will see what they do with him over at first as he sneaks it past Casey Borba and Mikey Romero on the left side of the infield. That's just the second hit of the ball game here for Jay Serra, but both of them have come with 2 strikes. Lou Fujiwara, who led off the bottom of the first with a base hit, did so on an 0-2 count. And now Andrew Lamb doing it with 2 balls and 2 strikes. So good 2-strike approach for those two. As that turns it over to Dominic Smaldino with a runner at first. See if they try to bunt him into scoring position. Does not show bunt, watches a curveball that buckles him, but it's in there on the inside edge for a strike to the right-hander, and the count is 0-1. Smaldino 0 for 1. He grounded out to short his first time up back in the second inning. Batting in the 6th spot for the Lions here tonight. No balls, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch. Another curveball, checked his swing. It bounces away from Bowen. They say he went around. They check down to first, and the first base umpire rings him up. It's 0-2. Second time we've seen that from the first base umpire down the first base line on a right-hander. As Luis Rodriguez bounces back after that base hit and quickly gets ahead here of the right-handed Smaldino. No balls, 2 strikes. He checks the runner over at first, fires to the plate. Fastball misses low and away. It's 1-2. Smaldino appeared in 11 games last year as a sophomore. First 2 hits were a pair of singles and an RBI against Miracosta on April 9th of last year. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. This one lifted out towards right field, down the line, forcing Martinez to chase after it. He makes a basket catch, or pardon me, he does not come up with it. It bounces in for a base hit. Breaking late to second base there was Andrew Lamb, but he gets in safely, and the Lions have their first 2 aboard here in the bottom of the 5th inning with Ricky Rodenberg due up. Carson Bowen blooped one down the right field line a couple of innings ago, and now this time around it's Smaldino taking advantage of that corner over there. Lions with back-to-back base hits, nobody out here against Rodriguez, and Ricky Rodenberg, who was hit by a pitch his first time up, will make his way to the plate. First pitch, this one chopped towards the left side of the infield, and that one will cause problems for Borba, who lets it slip into the outfield. Tough play there. As Borba tried to go after it, he was looking over his shoulder to get it as it bounced high up in the air. And Mikey Romero was headed over to cover third. It's an infield base hit. And now the Lions have the bases loaded here with nobody out, and that'll bring out Eric Borba to have a chat with Luis Rodriguez and his entire infield. So the Lions down by 5 have something cooking here in the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll see if they can turn it into some runs here as Borba tries to calm down the troops here on the mound. This is a 5-0 ball game here in the bottom of the 5th with nobody out. This is Lancers Baseball on CA Sports Zone and the Coach's Radar. Well, Friends Bellflower Collision, where quality is no accident, is an authorized repair shop from for Norm Reeves Honda. By far the best chance that Jay Serra has had all night offensively. They've got the bases loaded here on 3 base hits to open up the bottom of the 5th inning. Andrew Lamb at third, Smaldino at second, and Rodenberg over at first, and J.J. Hollis, or pardon me, we'll have a pinch hitter coming up for J.J. Hollis here. As a left-hander, we'll dig in. As soon as we see a number, we'll relay the name over to you. Rodriguez looks over at third and fires a first pitch fastball in there for a strike. Looks to be Dylan Martin who has stepped in here for Jay Serra. Orange Lutheran, at least the middle infielders playing back. They'll trade a double play for a run if they can get it. Rodriguez looks over at third. Here's the pitch, and that one bounces as Bowen will head down, throw it down to first. It stayed in front of him, and Lamb was thinking about coming home, but then scampered to get back over to third base, and Bowen with a strong throw. Borba was a bit off the bag, but Bowen threw it to Borba instead of to the third base bag, and Borba was able to keep it in the infield. So no harm, no foul on either side. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Dylan Martin, the left-hander, trying to get Jay Serra on the board. Watches a curveball that dips low. The count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Even stance for the left-hander. Rodriguez exhales out of the stretch. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Fastball in there for a strike. It's 2-2. That cut fastball cutting back over the outside edge. For Dylan Martin, this will be his 4th plate appearance of the year. Looking for his first hit here in 2022. He's in his junior season. Big moment for him if he can get it here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. He checked his swing, and it looked like it was fouled and back into the screen, and that's what the home plate umpire will call. No, they call him out. They said he missed it, but it bounced away from Bowen and off the screen. Nobody coming home as Bowen was able to get to it quickly. That'll be the first out, and that'll bring up Charlie Caruso. So Rodriguez on a ball in the dirt gets a swing and a miss there from Dylan Martin for out number 1. And Charlie Caruso will now have the opportunity here as the left-hander digs in. So far tonight, he is 0 for 1. Grounded into a fielder's choice and reached first. Again, bases remain loaded. 5-0 the score, Orange Lutheran. But Jay Serra threatening here as a curveball. It's the outside edge to the left-hander, and Rodriguez gets ahead 0-1. Back-to-back base hits. Lamb, Smaldino, and Rodenberg. In that order, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. No balls, 1 strike. Rodriguez looks over at 3rd and fires to the plate. Fastball is low. It's 1-1. Caruso slightly open stance from that left side. Through the first 6 games of the year, he was 3 for 15, batting .200, and he'll call for time, and it's granted. Those numbers do not include the Huntington Beach and Great Oak games from last week. One ball and 1 strike. Runners get their leads. Bases loaded, and this time it's Rodriguez who will step off. And Carson Bowen will now head out and have a chat with him. Again, these matchups are never one-sided. And it shows as these 2 teams have dominated the Trinity League over the last 7 years. Again, only 1 year in those last 7 years where one of these 2 teams did not win the league title back in 2017. Orange Lutheran actually finished 5th in the league that year. St. John Bosco ended up coming away with the league title, their only Trinity League championship in school history. 1-1, here's the pitch. Curveball started upstairs, floated back into the zone. It's 1-2. Again, Jay Serra is the defending league champion, as we mentioned earlier. Back in 2021, they went 14-1. The 3rd team in league history to finish with a 14-1 league record. Orange Lutheran and Mater Dei, the other 2 teams who have done so. Orange Lutheran as recently as 2018. Counts 1 ball and 2 strikes, 1 out with the bases loaded here in the top of the 5th. Jay Serra trying to get on the board. Rodriguez looks over at 3rd, fires to the plate. This one fouled off to the left as Caruso stays alive. On deck is Lou Fujiwara as the Lions trying to turn the lineup over. Lancers will have the bottom of the order due up in the top of the 6th when we get there. Caruso ready to go as Rodriguez peers over his left shoulder for a sign. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. And Caruso goes down on strikes as Bowen blocks it in the dirt once again. And after loading up the bases, Rodriguez has come back to retire the next 2 on strikeouts. And now it'll be Lou Fujiwara who needs a base hit to try to bring home a run. Pardon me, base hit or a walker hit by pitch, I should say. Those 2 other things will do it as well. Fujiwara 1 for 2 tonight. Singled in the first flight out to left, his second time up. Lions could really use a base hit here as the Lancers trying to get out of this inning. Rodriguez looks over at third. Here's a chopper foul down the third base line. It's 0-1. Again, Lamb led off the inning with a base hit to left. Smaldino then blooped one down the right field line, and Rodenberg reached on a chopper that was just out of the reach of Casey Borba at third. Martin and Caruso then followed with strikeouts. Here's a swing and a miss on a fastball. And the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes. In center field, Derek Curiel playing just a bit towards left center. Middle infielders playing deep into the green portions of the turf beyond the infield turf. Miranda at first playing behind the runner. Here comes the 0-2. Swung on and missed. And after loading the bases with nobody out, Rodriguez strikes out the next 3 to get out of the inning and keep Jay Serra off the board. No runs on 3 hits, no errors, and the bases left loaded. We are through 5 here at St. Pierre Field, and the score remains 5-0 Orange Lutheran. We will be right back with the top of the 6th. This is Lancers Baseball on CA Sports Zone and the Coach's Radar. Striking out the next 3 he faces, and now his offense will have a chance to once again battle against Ben Reimers here as Carson Bowen, Chase Cummings, and Derek Curiel will be due up in this frame. Orange Lutheran in the top of the 5th sent 10 men to the plate and pushed across 4 runs on 3 hits. As Derek Curiel, Mikey Romero, and Chase Cummings came up with the runs batted in for the Lancers in that frame. Carson Bowen had a base hit and scored a run in the frame. He's 1 for 2 so far tonight. He will lead things off here against Reimers, as the junior right-hander hopes for a quick inning to get his offense back up there. Top of the 6th. 5-0 in favor of the Lancers. Here comes the first pitch. This one popped up and out of play straight back. The count goes to 0-1. Again, when Carson Bowen heads back to Cary, North Carolina for the NHSI, it'll be a familiar feeling for him. He's played for USA baseball teams a few times in his young athletic career, as he pops up another one foul and out of play. No balls and 2 strikes. Twice with the 16 and under squad, once with the 12 and under squad for the senior right-hander. No balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. This one upstairs. It's 1-2. Hard to believe, too, that, you know, this being his senior season, 3 years ago as a freshman, he was pitching, making relief appearances on the mound for Orange Lutheran. One of those was in the National High School Invitational. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. A curveball that starts inside and stays there. It's 2-2. I believe Bowen has also played left field during his Lancer career, but most of his time has been spent behind the plate working with the pitchers. Here comes the 2-2. This one popped up towards the left side. It'll be the third baseman, J.J. Hollis, who will make the play for out number 1. So Bowen retired. It'll be Chase Cummings due up next. 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the 6th. Cummings 0 for 2, but does have a run batted in, an RBI ground out back in the 5th inning. That ground out doubled the lead at the time for Orange Lutheran to 2-0. The senior second baseman steps back in. First pitch here from Ben Reimers, and that one misses a bit low and inside, pardon me. The count goes to 1 ball and no strikes. Temperature in the mid-50s here in San Juan Capistrano as these two teams play in the later innings here. This fastball misses low. It's 2-0. Again, they'll meet tomorrow at Hart Park in Orange at 7 o'clock. Finish up the 3-game set here at 6 p.m. in San Juan Capistrano on Friday. This fastball stays upstairs, and the count goes to 3-0 here on Chase Cummings. Reimers has already walked 3 so far tonight. He's gone 2/3 of an inning after coming in relief of David Horn with 1 out in the 5th. Here comes the pitch, and that one misses upstairs. A 4-pitch walk issued to Chase Cummings, and that'll bring us back to the top of the order with Derek Curiel. So Reimers struggling a little bit so far. He's faced off against 7 batters. He's walked 4 of them. He's gotten a couple of pop-ups and a strikeout for the other 3 so far tonight. Curiel, who's reached base twice, will be back up for the 4th time. 1 for 2. RBI single his last time up in the 5th. Here comes the pitch, and that one misses low. It's 1-0. Again, after struggling the first couple times through the order, this part of the lineup, 1, 2, and 3, got going in the 5th inning. Couple of base hits and a walk as they throw over to first to check on Cummings, who's back in safely. Orange Lutheran coming into the contest tonight had 6 stolen bases in 5 games. Cummings did not have one of those coming into tonight. They check on him again as he slides back in. Curiel picked up his second one earlier tonight. Here comes the 1-0. Fastball up and away. Count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. Again, Curiel has been a mainstay at the top of the order ever since the second game of the year and the season opener. They had him batting cleanup. But after that first game, they realized, you know what, he needs to be at the top of the order with his speed and his ability to get on base as he swings through this one 2-1. And again, offensively, it's still been a bit of a slow start for Orange Lutheran. The 5 runs here tonight, they're tied for their second highest total of the year. Here comes the 2-1. That fastball hits the outside edge at the letters. It's 2-2. But more impressive, they had only allowed 5 total runs through the first 5 games of the year. 2-2. This one poked foul to the left. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. They're once again shutting out Jay Serra through 5 innings so far here tonight. Luis Rodriguez has had another dominant start despite loading up the bases with 3 singles in the 5th inning and having to get out of it. He's upped his strikeout total to 7. As Reimer's ready with the 2-2 pitch here on Curiel. He'll step off, take that back. Again, Wednesday's matchup will likely pit Tyler Goff for Jay Serra against Oliver Santos for Orange Lutheran. 2 guys who are highly regarded in the 2022 class. As we mentioned earlier, the Prep Baseball Report rankings had Goff at number 12 and Oliver Santos at number 18. So a good pitching matchup on deck for tomorrow night at Hart Park, a pitcher's ballpark. So expect a low-scoring game there. Another throw over to first. Back in safely is Cummings. They've checked on him, I believe, now 4 times during the course of this plate appearance for Derek Curiel. 1 out, top of the 6th. Runner at first base and Chase Cummings, a 2-2 count here on Curiel. Reimers out of the stretch. Will fire to the plate. And that one skips away from the catcher, Andrew Lamb, and going to second base will be Chase Cummings. So the Lancers get that runner in scoring position anyway, and now the count goes full here on Curiel. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Mikey Romero on deck, and if the inning continues past him, Casey Borba would also come up. Reimer's looking for an out here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. He looks back at second, fires to the plate. This one popped up, fouling out of play to the left. We'll try it again. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Second 2-strike pitch that Curiel has spoiled here in this at-bat. Curiel checks in 6-2, bends the knees a little bit as he widens the stance. Here comes the payoff pitch. Checked his swing. He did not go around. They'll check down to third, and the field umpire agrees. He'll head down to first. And after a long battle, he earns the walk that puts runners at first and second here with 1 out. Mikey Romero due up next. Curiel on for the 3rd time tonight. And now Romero, who collected his first base hit back in the 5th, will have an opportunity here against Reimers. Looks back at second base and will bluff a throw as Cummings back in standing up. Even stance at the plate for Romero. Fujiwara holding the runner at second. Here comes the pitch. It's on the inside corner as Romero lifted the arms up, indicating it was inside, but the home plate umpire did not agree. It's 0-1. Curiel not being held over there at first, but he can't go anywhere if Cummings isn't moving. Reimers exhales, fires to the plate. This one bounces in. Nice block there by Lamb. That'll keep the runners at first and second. 1-1. The count here as Charlie Caruso was heading behind the third base bag to back up a potential throw from Andrew Lamb. He heads back towards left field. Playing deep out there pretty much all night so far is Charlie Caruso. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. This one popped up sky high, left side. It'll be Fujiwara calling everybody off as it swirls and it bounces in fair territory. They'll throw to third and Cummings will be out. No, they call him safe. Well, they're calling out Romero. Not sure if maybe they called an infield fly rule, but either way, the runners were heading to second and third. They throw to third base. Maybe it wasn't a force play anymore. But either way, they say that the runner is safe over there at third. And the Lancers now have 2 in scoring position. Little confusion there. John Legg, our videographer, says they called infield fly, which would explain Romero being out over at first base. And my guess is because that didn't was no longer a force play over at third. They had to tag the runner, which I don't think they did. Cummings got in there safely as Borba watches the first one off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Have to have a chat here after this half inning just to make sure we have that right. Borba 0 for 2 tonight. He walked his last plate appearance as this one skips outside and is blocked by Lamb. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Orange Lutheran looking to tack on another one here with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Runners at second and third. It's Cummings at third base. At second base is Curiel. Both of them have walked here in this inning. Reimers has walked 5 in his appearance so far tonight. Here comes the 2-0. And that one bounces away. Coming home is Cummings. Lamb gets to it, but not in time as Cummings slides in safely. That adds the 6th run of the ball game here for Orange Lutheran. As moving up to third is Curiel. And the Lancers once again have tacked on another. 3 balls and no strikes now as well to Casey Borba. 6-0 the score with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Curiel with a lead over at third. Here's the 3-0. Ground ball over to short. Fujiwara bobbles at first, but should have enough time, and he gets it over to first in time to end the frame. But the Lancers do tack on one more on a pass ball there behind the plate by Andrew Lamb, and they now lead 6-0. 1 run on no hits, no errors, or pardon me, 1 error. Nope, take that back. No errors because of the infield fly rule, but 1 man left on base, and through 5.5, it's Orange Lutheran 6 and Serra nothing. This is Lancers Baseball on CA Sports Zone. Brandon Chang, Owen Fuller, and David Horn. Lions had a great opportunity to put up some runs in the bottom of the 5th inning, but Rodriguez was able to strike out 3 straight after the bases were loaded to get out of that jam. Brandon Chang will try to become the 4th Lions leadoff batter to reach base in this one as he heads to the plate so far tonight, 0 for 2. Servite here scouting the game tonight. Dwayne Page, the pitching coach, just walking around home plate and out of the stadium. As the first pitch is in there for a strike, it's 0-1 here on Chang. Again, Orange Lutheran will play Servite next week, but first things first, a 3-game set here against the Lions. 0-1. Checked his swing, did not go around, and that one was outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, Brandon Chang, he steps in at 5'10", 185 pounds in his junior season. 1-1, here's the pitch, and this one, a hard hit line drive right into the glove of Casey Borba at third base for out number 1. Very well could have been the hardest hit ball for the Lions tonight, but right to Casey Borba at the hot corner, and with 1 out, nobody on, Owen Fuller will be the next man up. That pitch was up in the zone, and Chang went up with it. Squared it up. Just unfortunate placement there. As Fuller steps in, he's 0 for 2, couple of ground outs. Luis Rodriguez kicks and deals. A breaking ball, starts inside, but doesn't get over the plate. Count goes to 1 ball and no strikes. Again, Rodriguez effectively cruised through the first 4 innings before getting into some trouble in the 5th. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. This one fouled off to the right. It's 1-1. Fastball.
Yeah, tomorrow night and then Friday. Friday is back here. Yeah, so here, home, and then back here Friday. But I won't be here Friday.
So here is an OLU tomorrow?
Yeah. I'm going to be at Hart Park tomorrow.
Top of the 7th inning we go. 6-0 Orange Lutheran over J. Serra here at St. Pierre Field. We're in San Juan Capistrano for this one as these two teams open up their Trinity League slate. As J. Serra, the defending Trinity League champions, open up the defense of their title here tonight. Orange Lutheran has put up 6 runs, 1 in the 2nd, 4 in the 5th, and 1 in the 6th here tonight. And the Lancers will have one more chance to add more as they bring up Gabe Miranda, Brian Martinez, and Ben Ryland. And it appears J. Serra has gone to the bullpen for this one, or pardon me, for this inning, I should say. And Dominic Smaldino. Take that back. Brody Purcell will make his appearance here in the top of the 7th inning. Third pitcher out of the bullpen, or pardon me, second pitcher out of the bullpen here for J. Serra as Gabe Miranda will lead things off. Yes, Dominic Smaldino is still over at first base. Brody Purcell, right-handed pitcher, 6'2", 190 in his junior season. Here comes the first pitch. This one popped up into shallow center, and it's going to fall in there for a base hit as Gabe Miranda got a little bit lucky there with the placement. Just out of the reach of Lou Fujiwara, who was going back for it, and he is on for the 4th time here tonight. First base hit of the ball game for Miranda, who has also walked 3 times, and with 1 on, nobody out, it'll be Brian Martinez due up next here for Orange Lutheran. So Purcell will pitch out of the stretch here. So the right-hander will deal with a right-hander at the plate. He'll step off here before firing to Martinez. In center field, Jake Bourne has moved a little bit over towards left center. Martinez so far tonight is 0 for 3. He's reached base once on a fielder's choice. First pitch is swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. For Purcell, not counting the last 2 games, through the first 6 games of the year, he had pitched in 6 innings. 2 appearances. He's got a 1-0 record. And has not allowed any earned runs so far this, or at least through those games this season. This one popped up in the infield. This will be Hollis calling everybody off at third base. He'll make the catch, and Martinez is retired for out number 1. So Martinez, rough night tonight, 0 for 4. Ben Ryland will be the next man up. He's 1 for 2. He doubled to deep left field his first time up. Since then, he struck out in the 4th inning and he walked in the 5th, but was left at first base. Miranda still over there at first. He's seen that bag, as we mentioned, 4 times tonight, as Purcell out of the stretch will fire to the plate. Fastball in there for a strike, and the count is 0-1. David Horn again got the start tonight, 4 1/3 innings of work. He allowed 4 runs on 4 hits. Walks have been an issue for J. Serra tonight as Horn walked 4. Reimers in his 1 2/3 innings of work walked 5 as this fastball just misses inside. Count goes to 1-1. Purcell now starting here in the 7th and has thrown strikes so far. 1 ball and 1 strike as Ryland awaits. Bat handle right behind the helmet. Here comes the pitch, and that one misses a bit low and inside. It's 2-1. Gabe Miranda at first, not really a threat to steal. No stolen bases so far this year, but you never know. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. This one popped up foul and out of play to the left. It's 2-2. And for Purcell in 2021, appeared in 7 games, had a couple of starts, a 0.84 ERA across 16 2/3 innings. He led all underclassmen in ERA and notched his first career save, tossing 3 no-hit innings against Gar last year on April 19th. Also got his first win and a 4-inning start against Miracosta 10 days prior to that. And he brings that experience with him here to his junior season. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Ryland awaits. Here comes the pitch from Purcell. A bit inside, and it's full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Miranda still over at first. Ryland, the sophomore, awaits. Here's the pitch, and this one a line drive out to right field. That bounces in front of Chang, and it gets behind him and to the fence. Miranda's going to round third. He's going to come home. Ryland's going to head towards third as the ball comes back into the infield. It's an RBI triple for Ben Ryland, and it's a 7-0 lead here for Orange Lutheran. Bounces in front of Chang, and it gets behind him and to the fence. Miranda's going to round third. He's going to come home. Ryland's going to head towards third as the ball comes back into the infield. It's an RBI triple for Ben Ryland, and it's a 7-0 lead here for Orange Lutheran. Stands over at third as Sawyer Vortman heads to the plate. It's now 7-0 Orange Lutheran. And Vortman so far tonight is 0 for 2. RBI and a run scored. He walked in his second plate appearance. This one off the end of the bat down the first base line. And the count goes to 0-1. So Orange Lutheran keeps tacking on here in the late innings. As Ryland stands at third with 1 out. Vortman and Carson Bowen on deck. Even stance for the right-hander, Vortman. Again, his RBI ground out was what put the Lancers up 1-0 back in the second inning. Here comes the pitch, and that curveball is in there for a strike. Started upstairs, but dropped off the table and back into the zone, 0-2. Defense playing straight up. Straight away center is Jake Bourne. 0-2, curveball, throws him, strike 3. Beautiful pitch there from Purcell. And that'll be the second out of the inning. Carson Bowen due up next with Ryland still standing over there at third. Got that curveball working in that at bat. Let's see if he does it again here to Carson Bowen, who stands in 1 for 3. A base hit and a run scored back in the 5th. Jay Serra, when they come up in the bottom half of the 7th, we'll have the 5, 6, and 7 batters due up. First pitch on Bowen, a curveball that's a bit outside. The count is 1 ball and no strikes. That part of the lineup, though, Lamb, Smaldino, and Rodenberg, was what got to Luis Rodriguez in the 5th inning. So they started off with 3 consecutive singles to load the bases. Purcell will step off and reset here as Bowen jumps back into the batter's box. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Here's the pitch. Fastball a bit up and away. The count is 2 balls and no strikes. Lancers trying to improve to 6-0 to start the season. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch. That fastball misses low, and it's 3 balls and no strikes here on Carson Bowen. On deck is Chase Cummings. Purcell trying to get out of the inning. 3-0. And that one's low as well. It'll be a 4-pitch walk to Bowen. He'll head down to first, and that'll bring up that'll bring up a pinch hitter here with runners on the corners and 2 outs. 10th walk of the ball game issued by Serra pitching tonight. And for the Lancers, in the 9th spot for Chase Cummings, I believe that's Noah Rodriguez, but that number is not familiar. You'll head up with runners on the corners as the home plate umpire gets the information here from head coach Eric Borba. So the pinch hitter will step in here as he's got Ryland over at third. Over at first base again, as we mentioned, is Carson Bowen. Double check the lineup, see if maybe they wrote that down there, and I can get the number. No, unfortunately, the bench players don't have numbers next to their names. I apologize in advance. I do believe it is Noah Rodriguez. It looks like him from back here. Right-handed bat, even stance at the plate as Purcell exhales, kicks and deals. Fastball swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. Another pinch hitter would be on deck for Derek Curiel. Left-hander, should we get there. Both runners get their leads. Here comes the 0-1. That pitch on the outside edge for a called strike. It's 0-2. Purcell stands tall, holds the glove to the left side of the chest as he gets his sign from Andrew Lamb. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Curveball. Nice block there. Keeps the runners at their bags, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. A curveball in the dirt. That was a bit outside. Good pitch from Purcell, but no swing. No chase, I should say, from the pinch hitter here for Orange Lutheran. Here comes the 1-2. Fastball a bit up and away, and it's 2-2. Short lead for Bowen at first. A little bit further off the bag is Ryland over at third. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and a fastball. That one also misses a bit upstairs. 3 balls and 2 strikes, and the count has gone full here after Purcell started the at-bat 0-2. Here comes the payoff pitch. There goes the runner, and this one misses low. It's a 6-pitch walk as Rodriguez heads down to first. And the base is now loaded here for Orange Lutheran. 2 outs as Purcell will, deal here with Jacob Parita, left-handed batting catcher, who is batting in place of Derek Curiel here at the top of the order. It's now 11 walks for Serra pitchers here tonight as the first pitch is inside. A check swing there from Parita, but he did not go around, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes. Parita's had 1 plate appearance this year. It was a walk. He later came around to score against Ukaipa. Here comes the 1-0. This one a ground ball up the middle. That'll get through. 1 run is home. They're going to wave around Bowen. He will come around to score. And it's now 9-0 in favor of Orange Lutheran. 2 RBI base hit by Parita. Parita's had 1 plate appearance this year. It was a walk. He later came around to score against Ukaipa. Here comes the 1-0. This one a ground ball up the middle. That'll get through. 1 run is home. They're going to wave around Bowen. He will come around to score. And it's now 9-0 in favor of Orange Lutheran. 2 RBI base will be Ryan Irwin. 9-0 Orange Lutheran as Purcell looks back at second. Here's the pitch. That one in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Irwin has also had 1 plate appearance this year. He's 0 for 1 so far. Even stance at the plate for Irwin, who's in his senior season, a first baseman and outfielder by trade. Here's the pitch. It's low and outside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Fujiwara relays the sign to his pitcher. At second base is Rodriguez. Over at first, Jacob Parita. 3 runs in the inning here for Orange Lutheran. Here comes the 1-1. Check swing. And did not go around. This one outside. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, of Orange Lutheran's 9 runs, 8 have come in the last 3 innings. Purcell will step off here, and that'll elicit a meeting here from catcher Andrew Lamb. Again, Lamb will be the one to lead off in the bottom half of the 7th inning. These two teams will meet up again tomorrow night at Hart Park. See who Orange Lutheran sends out in the bottom of the 7th inning on the mound. So again, tomorrow's game will likely pit Tyler Goff against Oliver Santos. Two balls, 1 strike. Ryan Irwin awaits. Here comes the pitch from Purcell. This one popped up, foul and out of play to the right. 2-2 the count with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Again, Jay Serra took the series last year, 2-1. Orange Lutheran had won the series in 18 and 19. Jay Serra had won the series the previous 4 years, dating back to 2014. In fact, in 14 full league seasons, these two teams are 7-7 against each other in terms of series wins. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and Purcell will step off the mound as off the pitching stripe as he looks back at second base. Orange Lutheran does hold the edge in games, game-to-game meetings, 24-19. That includes a playoff game last year as this pitch gets away from the catcher, and moving up to second and third are the base runners as the count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Right-hander on deck for the Lancers. Here comes the 3-2, and this one a bouncer that will trickle foul down the first base line. And we'll try it again, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Again, Jake Bourne at the edge of that Lions logo in center field. Caruso playing in deep left field as the payoff pitch once again comes in, and again it's off the end of the bat, foul down the first base line. And we'll try it again, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Middle infielders playing true to their positions. J.J. Hollis closer to the third base line, just beyond the bag. Smaldino playing off the line at first as this one again is fouled off, and Ryan Irwin's making this a battle. Count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Irwin has fouled off 3 consecutive 2-strike pitches as Purcell's trying to put him away. Try it again, payoff pitch, and this one gets him. Fastball that Irwin cannot catch up with, and Purcell's out of the inning, but the Lancers pick up 3 runs on Cages.com, K-Zone Training Center. Book your appointment today. Last half of the 7th inning coming up, and the Lancers will make a call to the bullpen here as Ross Clark, the sophomore, will head out to close this one out after Luis Rodriguez went 6 innings of work, allowed no runs on 4 hits, ended up striking out 7 on the night. Did not walk a batter, but he did hit one, so he allowed he allowed 4 base hits, 1 hit batter. And really the only trouble he got himself into tonight was in the 5th inning, in which the bases were loaded with nobody out, and he ended up striking out the next 3 to get out of it. The Lions have left 4 runners on base so far tonight, and the Lancers have turned a double play to erase one of those base runners back in the 1st inning. So Ross Clark will try to get the final 3 outs here for Orange Lutheran. This will be his 3rd appearance in a ball game this season, as he's gone 4 innings of work. This will be his 2nd appearance in a ball game this season. He's gone 4 innings of work, and in 73 pitches he allowed 2 hits and has struck out 4 while walking 2. I take that back. This will be his 3rd appearance. He went 3 innings of work against Ayala, and then came in for an inning, I believe, against Yucaipa in that 12-1 victory. He'll face off against Andrew Lamb first. Here comes the pitch, and this one popped up foul and out of play to the left. The count is 0-1. As part of the lineup, a combined 3 for 5 tonight. All 3 of those hits coming in their 2nd plate appearances. Lamb singled and was stranded at 3rd back in the 5th. His single went opposite field, a ground ball through the hole on the left side of the infield. 1 ball, 1 strike the count after Clark misses low with the 0-1 offering. Dominic Smaldino will be the man on deck. Ricky Rodenberg due up as well. If anybody gets on base, J.J. Hollis would be the 4th man up. Here's a line drive, a 1-hopper to second base, has picked up. A throw is a bit offline, and it makes Miranda take a step off the bag in order to get it into the mitt there, and Andrew Lamb will be safe. That'll be an error on the second baseman. It looks like Ryland has been moved to that position. And with nobody out and a runner on base, Dominic Smaldino will have an opportunity here in the the bottom of the 7th. First error of the ball game for the Lancers tonight, as Clark will now work out of the stretch. Romero still at short. Looks like Borba's still over at 3rd. Here comes the pitch, and this one is swung on and missed. A breaking ball. The count goes to no balls and 1 strike. Looks like maybe Noah Rodriguez out there in left. Everybody else, I believe, remains the same. It looks like Curiel in center and perhaps Brian Martinez out there in right. No balls and 1 strike. Here comes the pitch from Clark, and that one, a curveball, started well inside, did not break over the inside edge. And the count goes to 1-1. Smaldino 1 for 2. He grounded out to short his first time up in the 2nd inning, and singled on a bloop shot down the right field line back in the 5th. Here comes the 1-1. That one a bit low. Throw down to first, and backsliding in safely is Andrew Lamb. 2 balls and 1 strike the count here on Smaldino. Again, Martinez playing pretty far off the line out there in right field. 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2. That pitch looked low and inside. So Clark comes back again, just a sophomore. He and Brady Strome really coming on strong as the 2 sophomores out of the bullpen. Strome actually might get the start on Friday. That's still up in the air. Strome does have a win, a 4-inning performance against Yucaipa. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, upstairs, full count, 3-2. Again, you have to wonder with sophomore on the mound whether some nerves might be creeping in with this being his first appearance in the Trinity League. Lancers have given him a comfortable 9-0 lead. This one popped up, and this will be trouble for everybody in behind home plate as it bounces. It doesn't look like it hit anybody back there. Count remains full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out, bottom of the 7th. Lamb over at first. He reached on an error. Clark checks the runner. Here comes the pitch. And this one popped up foul and out of play. Smaldino's hanging around. Count on the board says 2 and 3. I think those are flipped around. I think it's 3 and 2. If anything, it's 2 and 2. There it is. It is a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Rodenberg on deck, Lamb over at first. Here comes the payoff pitch once again. Fastball that misses up and in. Smaldino will head down to first, and the first 2 Lions have reached here in the bottom of the 7th. So a lot of work to do, very long road to climb, but not impossible. As Rodenberg steps in, he's 1 for 1 tonight. Hit by a pitch back in the 3rd. He's single back in the 5th. Runners at first and second here with nobody out. Clark will look back at second base and fire to the plate. Curveball in there for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Jay Serra will have, believe, a pinch hitter on deck for J.J. Hollis. Out of the 8th spot coming up as the 0-1 is a curveball that misses a bit low and outside. It's 1-1. And this game, especially late, has been all Orange Lutheran, but Jay Serra has had their moments, especially in the 5th with this part of the order up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch. Fastball outside edge for a strike. It's 1-2. And again in the Trinity League, you just never know. Every pitch counts. Clark's got his sign. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The sophomore looks back at second, fires to the plate, check swing, called strike 3 anyway, and Rodenberg becomes the first out here in the bottom of the 7th. Clark went with the breaking ball there and caught the outside edge, and with 2 on and 1 out, Jackson Summers will head to the plate here for J.J. Hollis. Couple of strikeouts out of this spot in the lineup here. It's Hollis, a right-hander. Even stance at the plate. Here comes the first pitch. This one is lifted out towards right field, right center. It'll be Martinez ranging to his right and making the catch, and that'll be out number 2, and the Lancers 1 out away from a 6-0 start and a 1-0 start in the Trinity League this year. As for the Lions, it'll come down to Charlie Caruso, who will make his way to the plate here. He is 0 for 2, reached on a fielder's choice back in the 3rd. He also struck out back in the 5th inning. As the sophomore outfielder will have another opportunity here, trying to keep the game alive to get back to the top of the order. Here comes the first pitch, and this one is just a bit upstairs. Count goes to 1 ball and no strikes. Bowen tried to frame it a bit lower, but not fooling the home plate umpire there. As Caruso gets ahead, slightly open stance here for the left-hander. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch, and that one misses a bit outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Again, it's Lamb over at second base. On at first is Smaldino. 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th, 9-0. Orange Lutheran. 2 balls, no strikes here on Caruso. Ross Clark looks back at second, fires the pitch. This one popped up, and this should do it. Into shallow center field. Curiel comes in for it. He will camp under and make the catch. And Orange Lutheran has come away from San Juan Capistrano with a 9-0 victory over Jay Serra, as the Lancers improved to 6-0 overall and 1-0 in the Trinity League. For Jay Serra, they fall to 5-4, and they start off 0-1. These 2 teams will meet once again tomorrow night at Hart Park, 7 o'clock start. And again, our belief is that it will be Tyler Goff for Jay Serra taking on Oliver Santos for Orange Lutheran. Good start for the Lancers here. Jay Serra will try to bounce back tomorrow as these two teams meet once again in a little more than 24 hours' time. But once again, the final score here tonight, Orange Lutheran 9 and Jay Serra nothing. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back to recap this all in just a moment. This is Lancers Baseball here on CA Sports Zone and the Coach's Radar. Welcome back to St. Pierre Field. The final score here tonight, once again, Orange Lutheran 9 and Jay Serra nothing. The Lancers win the Trinity League opener here on the road in San Juan Capistrano, and they keep their perfect season alive. They are 6-0 overall, 1-0 in the Trinity League for Jay Serra. They fall to 5-4 overall. They are 0-1 in league play, and again, these two teams will meet up tomorrow at 7 p.m. at Hart Park in Orange before closing out the series on Friday here at Jay Serra Catholic High School. And really the difference in the ball game here tonight came late for the Lancers. Up 1-0 heading into the top of the fifth inning. Orange Lutheran sent 10 men to the plate and got an RBI ground out from Chase Cummings, and RBI base hits from Derek Curiel and Mikey Romero to turn that into a 4-0 lead. The Lancers would push across one more to make it 5-0 heading into the bottom of the fifth inning, where Jay Serra had its best scoring opportunity of the night, as Andrew Lamb, Dominic Smaldino, and Ricky Rodenberg all started off with base hits to load the bases with nobody out against Luis Rodriguez. But Rodriguez would battle back, striking out Dylan Martin, Charlie Caruso, and Lou Fujiwara to get out of the threat and keep it a scoreless ball game for the Lancers. It's their second consecutive shutout, as Orange Lutheran offensively would tack on one more run in the top of the sixth and three more in the top of the seventh to take the ball game by a final of 9-0. Luis Rodriguez earns his second win of the season. After pitching 6 innings of scoreless baseball, he gave up 4 hits and struck out 7. Did not walk a batter, but did plunk one here tonight. But another strong start for the senior right-hander, who improves to 2-0 on the year. On the other side for David Horn, it was pretty good through the first 4 innings, but in that 5th inning just ran into some trouble there. He ended up allowing 4 runs on 4 hits and 4 1/3 innings of work. He walked 4 and struck out 2 tonight. The walks were a big issue for the Lions tonight, as they gave up a total of 11 free passes to the Lancers this evening, and Orange Lutheran turned quite a few of them into runs and scoring opportunities this evening. So David Horn unfortunately takes the loss here tonight, as the big night, couple of big nights tonight, especially in the top of the order. Derek Curiel got on base 3 times tonight, a run scored and an RBI. Mikey Romero, an RBI base hit tonight. But Gabe Miranda once again reaching base 4 times this evening. 3 walks and a base hit. He scored twice tonight. And then some more work from the bottom of the order as well. Sawyer Vortman with an RBI ground out. Chase Cummings with an RBI ground out. Those two were what initially put the Lancers up 2-0. To begin with. On the other side for Jay Serra, Andrew Lamb and Dominic Smaldino each reached base twice, as did Ricky Rodenberg, so 5, 6, and 7 getting on base multiple times tonight. But again, going up against a tough pitcher in Luis Rodriguez. Just tough sledding for the Lions here tonight, and it might be the same again tomorrow against Oliver Santos, although Tyler Goff will do the same to Orange Lutheran as well in a pitcher's ballpark at Hart Park, as we shift over to North Orange County for tomorrow night's game. as Orange Lutheran and J. Serra will once again meet at 7 p.m. Wednesday. You can listen to it live here on CA Sports Zone and watch it live on YouTube via the Coach's Radar. That'll do it for us tonight. Until Wednesday at 7 p.m., we say so long here from San Juan Capistrano. One more time, the final score, Orange Lutheran 9 and J. Serra nothing. For John Legg, our videographer, my name is Nathan Percy. Thank you so much for tuning in. This has been Orange Lutheran Baseball on CA Sports Zone and the Coach's Radar. See you tomorrow night. Until then, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday evening. So long, everybody. Good night.